Thanks for coming, everybody. We're going to get started. My name is Shannon McCarrick, for those of you I don't know. I'm the Executive Director for Habitat for Humanity of Tompkins and Cortland Counties. And we're so glad that you're here today to celebrate with us. So I have some notes. We'll be done by 5, don't worry. So I looked back through my email in preparation for today, and it was 3 years, 4 months, and 19 days ago that I got an email from Dick Patterson, and he said, I think I might have a lead on a property in Ithaca. So that is 1,232 days. So this has been an exercise in patience, in never say never, in good things come to those who wait, in all of that. So this property, and the house right next door is what Dick Patterson was referring to. Orson Ledger, who owned quite a bit of property in Ithaca, passed away a few years ago. His daughter, Edie Spalding, executress of his estate, contacted Dick and said, we'd like to see some affordable housing happen. Would Habitat like to take a look? So we took a look at the house next door, and we took a look at this lot, and it had some big trees on it and some overgrown grass. Dean Shea was there. And that's where the vision started, that this really could be our first opportunity to build in the city of Ithaca. I was on our board of directors years ago, and I was on our board of directors when we said, we will never build in Ithaca because it's too expensive, and the land gets swooped up too quick, and we're just not going to be able to find an in. We looked at different properties over time, and it's never worked out, and so finally it did. So Dick Patterson, I don't think, is here right now. But we owe some major thanks to Dick and to Edie Spalding and her family, because without them we wouldn't be here today. I want to introduce Dana Christofferson, who's our board president. He has been on our board for a few years now, took over as president in July, and does a great job representing us. He is the first one out in front when it comes to representing our organization and sharing our mission and asking people for their support.
Hey everybody, am I doing this right? All right. Want to thank everybody for coming out. This has been, like Shannon said, over 1,000 days that we've been working on this project. Mohammed's family, I know Mohammed's family and Soledad's family are both beyond excited to get into this house, and we're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel and getting really close. So we have a lot of board members that are no longer board members that went into this project to help make this thing a reality. So I want to thank those people. I want to thank all of our donors, new board members, and everyone for coming out. Thanks.
Chuck Newman is our construction manager.
Well, thank you. Really glad we're able to do this. This is an amazing, good group of people, and I'm supposed to thank all these people. And just a disclaimer, as you start doing that, I guarantee you there's somebody that we're going to say, oh my word, why did we forget them? But anyway, so please don't take offense. I'm sorry. Shannon wrote the list. Wow, I just threw her under the bus. So first of all, some of the major volunteers. We have a group of people that have come consistently Tuesdays and Thursday mornings. I call them my old guys crew. We wanted to get a t-shirt. It had a word on it that Shannon wouldn't let me put on a t-shirt. But it was, old guys, we get a lot of stuff done. So, and by guys, that's a generic term because it's just people. And they're amazing. Literally made my job just so much easier. When I came into this, I was like, oh, how do you do this? And then these guys, these people showed up, and I thought, oh, this is how you do this. And really great. And so I'm going to name some names, and please, if I've forgotten somebody, again, Shannon made the list. First of all, Keith Randolph, Jack Banfield, Mark Becerra. I think those three men have built, I think each of them about 11 or 12 homes, depending on the process. And now we have a couple, Ed Caffarella, Tommy Blecker. I think they put in about the same amount. Paul Stearns, just retired.
And now I wish you had.
I love it when they just retire. And now he's putting in a lot of time. Michi Schulenberg, she actually just retired. She called me and said, I quit my job. I'm like, oh. And Rose Jacobs came in the end a little bit, towards the end of things. She's going back to Florida, but coming back, and we'll put her to work. Don Wells, he's not here right now. Ed Bugley, they call him Bugs. Chris Dunham, a friend of mine, Randy Tubbs, put up all of the trusses on his flatbed that we said, oh, it'll just be a couple of weeks. And then, I don't know, 4 months later, kept saying, Randy, can we take those? No, you're all right. You know, Randy, that's about what he said. And John Peters has helped a lot too. And there's just, you know, to name those people, those are the people that we're here all the time. And there are others just consistently, just always here, always working, coming and helping. And I just really, really appreciate it. Appreciate all that those people have done. And then the group of college kids that come down on a consistent basis. And I tell you what, you get a bunch of college graduates and you tell them, there was a huge stump right there. I mean, it was massive. And I was going to have to get a huge excavator and cost a lot of money. And this graduate student, I think they were CPAs. And I said, I don't think you can get that out of there. Tom Sawyer, I learned that from Tom Sawyer, by the way. And they got it out. Actually, we did that to a couple of those. And they, you know, just all those college kids, and amazing. Anybody tells you that, you know, the future of wherever, America, you know, take a look at some of these college kids that have come down and just blood, sweat, and tears and worked hard. The futures are going to be in good hands. And I appreciate them and all that they have done. So then besides that, all of our gift in kind, and this is a long list. From Ace Hardware to tinting our paint. You just go up there, hey, can you do this? And sure, we did it. All stone and tile, by the way, the countertops donated, just beautiful. Take a look. When I'm reading these off, I'm saying to you, these are good people that if you need something done in your house, these are the people to at least start with. Give them a chance. So B&B Flooring donated the tile, ceramic tile in the kitchens, and then in the bathrooms, the VCT tiles. Belisario brought a dumpster over. We used it. They kept taking it away. We dumped more, and they took it away. And we dumped more, and they took it away. And we dumped more. Anyway, Builder's Best. I think we got most of our lumber from Builder's Best in Portland. Great job. Both of the college campuses, chapters of Habitat for Humanity of Cornell and Ithaca, they built the trusses on these houses up on their campuses, which is an interesting thing. Lots of good times happening up there. Carson Groundworks and their rental stores have just given so much to us. Appreciate Dow Foam Board, Friedman Electric, GAF, some of the shingles, Hunter Douglas, free mini blinds, Ithaca Agway. They actually donate a lot of this. By the way, we planted this grass 2 minutes ago. It's about like this. My friend owns a farm, and he said, I've got some topsoil. I think it's half manure and half dirt in it. You just throw it. Anyway, a lot of rain, too. So, but Ithaca Agway donated a lot of this stuff out here, and so we appreciate that. King Concrete, you like our sidewalks and all that? They did that, and just did it. They'd say, send me an invoice. I never saw that invoice, which I'm okay with. Limb Walker Tree, they did a ton of work free, and then the bigger stuff, we had to pay them a little bit, but we cut rate on that. Really great. Mary Brenner, I don't know if she's here, but she's the city inspector. She's been great. You know, people, oh no, you're in the city, it's going to be terrible. And she's just call her up. I'm not sure about this, Mary, and she, okay, you need to do this and this, and so it really was great. A great person to work with. MP Environmental for the heat pumps. That was a later addition in our thinking, and we're really glad for that. Pleasant Valley Electric has donated time and just a lot of stuff. The plumbers and steam fitters, their apprenticeship classes for their plumbers and steam fitters came in, and they plumbed these houses. Not quite completed, but some of the finished work just has to be done. But they brought their apprenticeship class over, and just every Wednesday night they were here working late in the dark and getting the job done, and I really appreciate them. Along with them, in the same union, that's the local union 267, the HVAC, they put the HVAC systems in. We got those from NP Environmental, but then they put the system in. Poplar Point Studios did the landscape. Well, she directed a bunch of college kids actually put the dirt and the plants in the ground. She said, put it there, put it there. Lee McConigal did a great job with that. Really appreciate her. Rasmussen Rents just gave us a number of pieces of equipment that we needed, and they were here, and appreciated it. Riley Masonry, Kevin Riley dug the foundation, just came down with his little skid steer, excavator, and dug it up. We have solar panels on this house, very cool, and very thankful for that. And I appreciate Dakota Potenza. I just think I hate Dakota. Appreciate his work and making that all happen. And he'd come out and he'd spew out all this stuff to me, and my eyes would glaze over. It sounds great. I don't know what. He'd say, "We'll make it sure it's good," and it worked. And so it's there because of them. We really appreciate that. Remy Castings, both of that Bath vanities are there. Sherwin-Williams donated paint. Gary Bush, I think I just saw him somewhere. Gary, I need to talk to you, by the way. Did the plans, and every time I need to talk to him, hey, there's this. And so, very glad. Sunnybrook Builders, Dean Shea, thanks Dean. Valspar Paint, the Women Build, they made these walls out there in that parking lot in one weekend. And we stored them at Lowe's for a couple of months. A while. And we did it again this year too. They're over there still for the other. So Lowe's, one of our partners, Home Depot. Again, that's my list, and I'm sure that we've left some people out. So good. Good work.
To brag about our staff for a minute. We are small, but we are mighty. So Chuck is our construction manager. He joined us in March of 2017. Within a couple of weeks, I told him he was going to go build 7 roof trusses in the middle of campus at Cornell and Ithaca College with a bunch of unskilled student volunteers for 5 days. And he went and did it, and it was great. And I think he had a really good time in the end.
Sure.
And then immediately after that, I said, we also do this event. It's really great. It's called Live and Build Weekend. We're going to have like 200 women come down to this parking lot and build the wall panels for the house in a weekend. Don't touch anything, Chuck. Don't tell them what to do. Don't stick your nose in their business. Just let them build it. And he did. He did a great job with that, too. And then 2 weeks later, I went out on maternity leave and said, have a great time building those houses, Chuck. See you in a few weeks. And he did a really great job getting them out of the ground in that time. And since then, forming relationships with our volunteers and our community partners. We had some code issues to navigate. We had some new challenges, solar, heat pumps, all these things to learn about. And Chuck's done a really fine job. Liz Warner is our family services coordinator. She has somehow become our volunteer coordinator as well. And therefore, she is our Jane of all trades. So Liz is a fearless advocate for our families, and she believes as deeply in affordable housing as anyone else here today. And that's what But if you do want to know debt to income ratios, income percentages, when things happen in a closing process, anything about a mortgage, anything, Sunny Bank, USDA, AHC, all the acronyms we use, Liz has them down, and she does a great job conveying that information to our families. And we are going to close on these homes soon, and Liz is really going to celebrate that. Thank you. Last but not least, Jean is our official program hander-outer today. There's Jean Reitmeyer. Jean's our development coordinator. She has not quite been with us for a year, but Jean is doing a really great job identifying new sources of funding for us, helping us identify funds not only for construction in Ithaca, but also in Portland and to do some rehab work there. And it takes a lot of money to build houses, so we really need Jean helping us find that. She's doing a great job. Thanks. I want to thank our board of directors. Without them, we wouldn't be here today. They are the group of people that sits around the table once a month and has a vision about what our community needs for affordable housing and where are we going to go and how are we going to produce more of it, and how are we going to fulfill our mission of making sure that everyone has a simple, decent, affordable place to live in our community. So Dana, our board president, is up here with me today, and I see John Carson, and I see Dean, a former board member in the crowd, and I'm probably missing someone because they all like to hide. Wendy is a former board member, front and center, thank you. But they do a really fantastic job, and they are very dedicated to what they do, so thank you guys. 4 special people I want to recognize. I mentioned Dick Patterson at the beginning. He is the manager at Audrey Edelman Real Estate. He's been on our site selection committee for years, and he is always on the hunt for property for us, and it can be hard to find. So I want to thank Dick for that, and he helped us find this lot right here. I want to thank George Franz. Is George here? So George is our go-to when it comes to site layout, variances, zoning, approvals, all that stuff that I do not know enough about. George will sit next to me at those meetings and speak on our behalf, and it's really important that he does a really fantastic job about it. And at one point early in this process, Gary Bush will remember this, we were in the thick of, I think, the longest email chain I've ever been in my life about firewalls and code. It's all coming back, right?
I was in on that one, too.
You were on that one. It was tough, and we were asking a lot of volunteers, and 1:30 in the morning, George is emailing me with a new idea on how to solve the problem. And he did comment that he thought we would remember that for the rest of our lives, and I do still remember the email chain, and I'm never going to forget it. So thanks, George. Roberta Militello was instrumental in designing the house plans for these homes. She's also on our site selection committee and contributed a ton of her own time and had the input of lots and lots of other volunteers. Can we do it like this? Can we do it like that? How to make these homes really perfect, and I want to thank her for that. And Gary Bush, who is here. I probably sent Gary an email in the beginning of this project and said, can you give me a little help with our foundation plans and maybe some engineering for these houses? And then like 2,000 hours of volunteer service later, Gary was still helping us, and he didn't give up. And his staff supports us, and he does a fantastic job of advocating on our behalf and telling us what we can do, what we can't do, and how to do it right, and how to do it efficient, and we really appreciate that.
So again, I'm Liz Warner, and I got the very rewarding and fun job of working with our Habitat homebuyer families. So I want to introduce to you the soon-to-be owners of these beautiful houses that you're about to tour. So first off, over on that side, number 210, we've got Soledad. Want to start making your way around here? Soledad Xanthus. And along with her 2 very bright, beautiful girls, Sydney and Serena, who, being in high school and college, are deep in their studies, not with us this afternoon. But they are very excited, and Soledad is just an absolute inspiration. She's so hardworking. As we are working, we're working on her mortgage application process right now. Her loan officer said to me, every time I meet with Soledad or every time I see her in town, I just have to go up and give her a hug. So that woman is my hero. She works 2 full-time jobs to support her family and to be, working on purchasing this house. And, as a mom of a kindergartner myself, I can hardly imagine working with a class of kindergartners all day long, and then straight from there going to work all evening with challenged adults at the Racker Center until 11 o'clock at night. And she goes home and unfolds her futon in her 1-bedroom apartment, and she gives her daughters a bedroom. And so if anyone deserves to have a nice 3-bedroom home, it's Soledad. So welcome. We've got Mohammed, Rashida, Omar, and Astra right up here. Come on up, guys. So, and this is also just one truly amazing family. We're so lucky to find them to be Habitat home buyers. Just absolutely blown us away with the amount of participation in this process, which is really what you always want to see in a Habitat home buyer. There's an incredible amount that we ask as far as sweat equity. If you're familiar with the Habitat model, they put in minimum 350 hours on their homes, and this family has gone far beyond that. Mohammed has been here just as constant of a presence, just about probably as Chuck. Just always here volunteering in anything that we ask, whether it's making food for a Habitat event or walking with our float in a parade, or but most of all, most importantly, just being out here and putting their work into the home. So it's been truly inspirational again, and we just couldn't have two better families moving into these houses. So welcome to them.
Ready?
No.
One, two,
One,
three.
Yes.
2, 3.
Thank you for coming out to celebrate this exciting day, to share my happiness and my family happiness. Also, thank you for that. And I want to thank Habitat for Humanity. It was an honor to partner with them. Not only that, they helped me all the way through, from the beginning, and it's still helping me right now. I had good time partnering with them, and they had a lot of difficulty in the process. And they always, when I ask them, I always see hope, I always see help. They make phone calls for me, they fight for me to find lenders, they talk to the banks. I mean, they did really good job. I really appreciate it. Also, I want to thank anybody who got any involvement in the build of these houses, including the students group, the women build ladies, church people, and especially a small group of loyal volunteers who have been coming here every work day since the beginning. This group of people that taught me a lesson that it's not about how many people, it's not about numbers, it's about commitment. The small group of volunteers, I mean, I can say that they built almost like 70% or 80% of this house. I saw them working. Usually I used to work like 3 hours in the morning, and then I go back to my work. So I pass by, I always see them working in snow times, cold weather, rainy days, in the hot weather. They always keep their smiles, working hard. I want to say to them, thank you for your time, thank you for your hard work, thank you for your sweat, thank you for the food we share together, thank you for everything. Even thank you is not enough for you. Also, I want to thank Ashley Bryan. She's the one who showed me this program. I didn't know before what is Habitat for Humanity. She showed me that. I want to thank her too, because of what she did to me, and she's still helping me out with the paperwork. And again, thank you very much. I'm happy. Very happy.
My friend just asked me if I have a speech prepared. I don't have any speech prepared, but it's going to come from my heart. I never knew about Habitat for Humanity until I went to the Ithaca Festival with my daughters. They were little. And then I saw the float pass by, affordable housing for families. I said, yay. Because my daughters and I, we move a lot. Every time they raise the rent, we add it in. Because we cannot afford it. So when I saw that, and I called, they emailed me the application, and I applied. And 7 years later, we didn't hear anything. Because I didn't want to leave Ithaca, I wanted to stay here. If I wanted to move to Portland or other places, I could have found a house. But I want to stay here because I like Ithaca, I like the school district, my daughters were going to the school district, so I wanted to stay here. And then one day I got a phone call from Liz, she said, so then we have to reapply again, there's something coming up in Ithaca. I said, yeah, downtown, yes, I love downtown, you walk everywhere. And then I reapply again, I get approved by the board, and I was so excited. And then Liz told me that the board have to come and visit where I live at so they can make an assessment. And I said to my daughters, we have to clean. We move access from one place to the other because my place is so tiny. And when the board ladies came and they were so nice and sat with me and talked, they said, can we take a tour? I said, sure. And then they stopped there. I said, there's the kitchen. They said, that's it. I said, that's it. We're done. They said, we gotta get you out of there. I said, yes. And then from that one, we start working with Habitat, and last year I was at the parking lot over there building walls, and I was really excited. And I like the idea that you participate in building your own house. And we will, after I always tell my girls when they don't want to come, I say, one day you'll say, I painted that wall. I think so this, and I got them going all the time to come and volunteer. And I really appreciate the fact Habitat is providing us with a home for my daughters, even though they're going, pretty soon they're going to leave me, going to college, but I'm going to get to enjoy my home all by myself. So I appreciate all of the women that come to help. I work a lot with the women's bill. They teach me how to be precise, not sloppy. And I like that. We measure, they teach me how to measure, how to paint, and I really appreciate that. And I appreciate the men that come on Thursday. They're very funny. They always have some old music going on. And then always make fun of me that pushing the wheelbarrow, falling apart of me. They say, come on, Sophia, you can do it. And they were right there with me working. And I really appreciate that. And I appreciate the these speeches with me, and email and text and phone calls. And they always have an answer for me whenever I ask those questions. And I thank you for all of the volunteers, everybody that donated, the Cornell students. And I remember last time I came and I said, Chuck, give me some pen to pen. And there's a ton of Cornell students. I said, Chuck, I'm not listening, you don't need me. And I left. I think Chuck didn't forget to say everything, but I asked him some questions. Sometimes he gave me that look like, what are you talking about? So I appreciate all of those help and everybody that comes and help us here, and I really appreciate that, and thank you.
No.
One, two,
One.
three.
That, yes.
2, 3. One, 2, 3.
If I had a hammer, I'd hammer in the morning, I'd hammer in the evening, all over this land.
I'd hammer out danger, I'd hammer out warning, I'd hammer out love between a brother and sisters
all over this land. If I had a bell, I'd ring it in the morning, I'd ring it in the evening, all over this land. I'd ring out danger, I'd ring out a warning,
I'd ring out love between my brothers and my sisters all over this land. If I had a song, I'd sing it in the morning, I'd sing it in the evening, all over this land. I'd sing out danger, I'd sing out warning, I'd sing out love between my brothers and my sisters all over this land. I've got a hammer, and I've got a bell, and I've got a song to sing all over this land. It's the hammer of justice, it's the bell of freedom, it's a song about love between brothers and sisters all over this land.
On the count of 3, everybody smile. 1,
Oh, come on, Dean. You get down there.
3. Can we get some jazz hands? All right, last question. Where do we go from here? I get this question all the time.
Next house.
We are working hard to identify the next piece of property that we're going to be built on. I'm going to go on a little hope and prayer. We are working on a piece of property on Slaterville Road right now. It's 3 acres. It includes an 1860s house that would mark our very first rehab project, and it includes enough land to build 2 new houses. So we have not closed on that property yet, and there have been a few bumps in the road. But we are determined. And we're going to work until we get it. I know we are. And I really hope that our very next project is on Slaterville Road in the town of Ithaca. So stay tuned. It'll be on our Facebook page and the news and all that good stuff when it's official. But we're very much looking forward to it. And that's our next step. So, little break for Chuck. And then we start. That's it.